Greetings, YouTube. There is no question. The number one topic that I have had summoners submit inquiries to me has been cheating specifically in Battlegrounds. I can't tell you how many screenshots I've seen where no damage was taken or they defeated the defender in, say, 1 second or 2 seconds. This could be a 5-star defeating a 6-star in 2 seconds. And those of you who've contacted me have turned in the names of the defenders, have filed help tickets with Kabam. Some of you have not heard back at all. Others have heard back very sparingly. So, it is in some relief, while I'm sure some skepticism, and rightfully so, that Kabam decided to do a batch information update on the battle against cheaters, as they are calling it. Because this is something that has just been going on since the beta tests. And who knows how long this will continue to go on. It says, "Dearest summoners, we know the impact cheating has on our game, especially in competitive modes. It is something everyone on the MCOC team takes very seriously," which again, I'm going to say, if you really do believe that, you need to do the arena bot cheaters the detection more than once a year, because so many people that I know that have not cheated were out of the top 100 for both the 6-star basic and the 6-star featured. And they could get, like, let's say you finished at 110 and there was at least 12 people who cheated in front of you. Well, they could get that 6-star, but they haven't done that yet, even though in the beginning of this year, they did that for the past, 6 months or so for arenas. It can be difficult to communicate with full transparency on the topic because the information can inform cheaters how they can navigate our countermeasures. Now, this is an interesting statement because I have seen for years now literal advertisements for cheating in this game saying, "We've never been detected. Our software is constantly being updated." And that's just in plain sight. I don't care if it's Reddit or Facebook or Line, Discord, you name it. So that being said, we feel it is important to inform our community of a few key things happening behind the scenes to combat cheaters. Firstly, we have a new hire on the MCOC game team whose entire job is anti-cheat measures. So this person, I assume every day that they work, their whole goal is to catch cheaters. My first recommendation is to just look at the leaderboards of both battlegrounds and arenas and go through and look at profiles and see if there is something suspicious about the account, because we've been doing this in this channel for years and it's very obvious, and yet nothing ever seems to happen. Previously, this was a shared responsibility among a number of developers. It's interesting when somebody's like, "All right, you get cheating duty this week. Sorry." Now, while remaining a responsibility for many, we will have one unifying voice and someone whose entire job is running a team to adapt our game to stop and prevent cheating. Now, we have heard this before. It has turned out to not be the case. I still feel like you're giving all this pressure on one person. What happens when they need a vacation? Shouldn't it be a full team of detectors, not just one person? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a good start, I suppose. But isn't the whole point of having a number of developers take the lead to have strength in numbers versus just making it one person's job? The community team intends to help this individual communicate their intentions and plans to the community, but will allow them to settle into their new role first. This also sounds like language you'd use in a prison announcement. We know the biggest spotlight on cheating has been Battlegrounds. Oh yeah. Battlegrounds and arenas, I would say. I don't know how much I've heard about Alliance War cheating lately. I'm not saying it doesn't go on, but compared to how it used to be at the beginning of seasons, it just isn't in the spotlight. Early next week, we will be sending updated Season 1 Gladiator Circuit rewards. Now, I do think that is really good news for those of you who've been asking that and who are affected by that. And I have been talking about this on the channel this week, and so this is welcome news, assuming the rewards are accurate, and those of you who have been waiting for them actually get them, since they were either missing or incorrect in terms of where you were supposed to finish. We had previously mentioned that Season 1 rewards were paid out prior to 2 intended adjustments and resulted in incorrect rewards. Firstly, our game team has banned accounts for cheating but they were not removed from the queue for rewards. As a result, banned accounts did not receive rewards, but other summoners did not receive a bump to their placements either. Secondly, our team intended to do another sweep of the leaderboards and another wave of bans. Next week, there will be a wave of updated rewards to provide the difference from summoners' original payouts and their new leaderboard placements. This does remind me of what I just talked about on the arena leaderboards regarding when they kicked out cheaters and then moved everybody who was close up to claim their reward. I'm anticipating there being some pretty cool screenshots of people who didn't know that they were going to move up so much, and maybe they'll record the video and submit it to a reaction to the channel, or at least a screenshot to show what's going on. Finally, on the topic of battlegrounds, we have plans to adjust our approach to matchmaking to stop sandbagging strategies. It's interesting because they've already tried that, and I guess it just hasn't worked like they thought it would. Previously, we tightened restrictions to make it more risky to load 1- and 2-star champions in your deck. We intend to adjust the matchmaking again in a near future update to further address this issue, but we'll continue to monitor the situation in the meantime. Every single person on the MCFC team understands the gravity and impact surrounding cheaters in our game. We think these are very important steps forward in combating those that aim to unbalance the game through unfair behavior. This is not the entirety of the plan to combat cheaters. This is just a portion of the journey. So at the end of one of my favorite comic book movies, given there's always people who get mad when you bring up DC in a Marvel video, but Batman Begins, they say what happens when we go to semi-automatics and they go to automatics. And basically, it's the idea of escalation. Whenever you try to throw a new strategy at people whose very mission is to cheat, they're going to find a way to continue. I'm hopeful that this can also be something that, even though it's not their technical job, that the content creator program can help with, because there are a lot of people who play this game for as long or longer than I have, which is 7+ years, that I think can have some good suggestions to this. I'm tired of hearing from people who got screwed over, especially in Battlegrounds, because there's nothing I can say other than file a help ticket and report the account. But who knows at this point if that's even going to make a difference. I don't. I wish I did, but I just don't. And I do have some hope that as time continues, and if there is good data that's brought to them about the effects of this, that they will strengthen the team, because I still think my biggest skepticism is a new hire whose entire job is anti-cheat measures. If there was a new department that was founded with multiple new hires, that would be more in line with what I think needs to happen. And I know that maybe there is. They're just only talking about one person, but there's really 5. Take that. I don't know. All I know is I'm looking forward to seeing the response to this, and most importantly, let's see how it goes when they do the bans and move people up, because the proof is in the pudding, and the pudding right now is a mix, not a mixture, that has been perfected to help the community.